All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about practice today. You've been hearing me talk about it the last few weeks. You know, we're getting into practice. It's summertime. Now the option's not there for practice. You have to go practice now, okay? So we're setting that requirement that you must go do it. So keep that in mind when you're coming to the sessions. And if you really want to get to the goals that you wrote down on your gold sheet, you need to go out and practice as much as you even said that you would, okay? So I'm going to go through and show you what practice looks like to me. We're going to be doing this in sessions, okay? Okay, I'm going to be a big stickler about this. I'm going to be expecting, if I ever see you out practicing, I'm going to expect to see this done. If not, expect me to come up there and do it for you and make sure you know that you should be doing it, okay? So the big thing is we're going to talk about, there's two types of practice. The first one is one's for if you're not playing any tournaments anytime soon, okay? Now, if you're playing rounds of golf, that's fine, but like big tournaments or tryouts, we're going to practice differently. But if you're not, this is how we practice, okay? So non-tournament practice or non-competitive practice. And then the other type is if you're preparing to compete. So if you're going to compete, you're going to practice differently. So we'll go through both types, what that looks like, and we'll go from there. So we'll start with the non-competing practice. So you're not going to compete. So the first thing that you have to do, again, we've decided before we ever go to the golf course what we're going to work on. We're going to be working on, you know, our technique, how we swing the club, maybe a little bit more of the positions of our swing. You know, I want my swing to do this, okay? That's what you're thinking about when we do this. Now, I've already made that decision before I ever went to the golf course. The other thing then is we might change how we practice a little bit. So this is my own personal binder, okay? I do the same thing that you all do, okay? And it helps me with my game. So what I'm going to do is flip to my card. Now, I don't have any tournaments coming up for about a month, so I'm okay with working on my swing a little bit. So I'm going to flip it over into my round cards, and this is what we do in our sessions. I'm going to look at where I've been struggling. And for me, it's been, you know, the 170, 160 yard range, which for me is about an 8 or a 7 iron. That's what I'm working on. So I'm going to go into my card and start looking at what I can do to help with that. So I'm going to go immediately to the longer part of the game, and I'm going to start working on, all right, I already made notes. I need to be working on 160 yards, and I'm going to hit 10 shots, and I'm going to see if I can hit 9 inside a 30-foot radius, okay? So I've done that. Now, that's before you ever leave to go to the golf course. You're kind of thinking, what am I going to do today? All right? Now, you're going to have a clear plan. You're going to know what you're trying to achieve. So what I do when I get to the golf course, the first thing, and you're seeing these out when we're practicing, we are setting up a practice station. And there's a minimum way we can do it. We can get even more sophisticated than this. I'll take this way because there's no reason not to do it, okay? You'll see I've set up 2 alignment sticks, one behind, one in front, and they're directly on line with my target. I've picked out a tree that I'm going to hit at. Okay, they're right in line with my target, and I took great care to set them up. I made sure they're accurate, okay, and that's very important because when I set up to the ball, now I've got a line to look at and where the club's going to swing. Because the other thing I've got readily available is my ball flight sheet that we've done. So all of that relates to where we're trying to hit the ball. So if I'm trying to fix something, that's pretty important for me to know. Now the other thing I've got is I've got golf balls, but I've also set them pretty far back, okay? The thing that we have to see is hitting golf balls, it's not about how many you hit, it's how well you hit them. There's that lawn mowing commercial. It kind of drives me crazy, but it's like, what does it say? Like, it's not how well or how fast you mow, it's how well you mow fast, right? Kind of annoying, but also very true. You have to do things with quality. So when I go to hit balls, I want to make sure I'm not rapid firing through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over a golf ball, and I know what I want to work on. I want to just make solid contact, okay? I just want to making solid contact. I feel like I hit it pretty, okay, direction-wise. If I hit it solid, the ball's within reasonable direction. So my ball goes right in between the sticks, okay? And I'm gonna start thinking about my swing, okay? All right, solid contact. What's that look like on our ball flight sheet? It's descending blow, club going down through the ball. And I'm gonna make some practice swings that are gonna help me do that. Now, I've helped diagnose myself. I've had help on why I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm here to help you do, is help you figure out your golf swings. But here's what you have to do. You have to get in the habit of making practice swings with a purpose. So for me, I'm gonna make a swing, and you're gonna see it does not look like my golf swing. My swing does not look like that. But that's not the point. The practice swing is to get a feel of what you're trying to do. So you're gonna see I'm gonna do 2 or 3. I'm gonna get my target again. I'm gonna take that feeling into this shot, and we're gonna see how we do. I'm gonna watch the shot all the way to the end. Now that shot pulled a little bit left of the target, okay? I hit it okay, but I pulled it a little left of the target. Now, this is where it's important. You have to be able to look at what happened. So that's where I can look at the sheet. If you're not sure what happened, I can go to the sheet. All right, I pulled it a little left, didn't really hook. Okay, well, my face was closed when I hit that one. Okay, so next time I go, I'm gonna start looking at it and saying, I need to get out here. Get that face more open to square. So now I've gone through, I've thought about what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna get another ball. Here's the other thing that we like to do is I like to see organized divots. I'm putting my ball right behind the last divot. That just means that you're in control, okay? You're really thinking, you're not in a rush, you're not getting emotional or letting your emotions rush you through a shot. You know, you're handling the situation. That means we're gonna put the ball back where we are. That's a huge deal as well. A, it's good for the golf course, but it shows a lot about where you're at hitting balls. So, I've just said what I got to do. Again, I'm going to make some practice swings. Let's get the face more open. I've done a couple, 2, 3 practice swings. I know what I'm trying to achieve. I'm going to hit it. And that one was much better. It started right at the tree and actually didn't move very much. The wind didn't even touch it. So I hit it pretty solid. I had good solid. I even started it right on line. So I did good. Again, I can think about that one. What happened to make that feel good? And I'm kind of processing it a little bit. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to get another one. I like that one. Let's try to do that again. You know, that's a big thing. When we get into the mental part of the game, you have to say that was good or that was bad. And you have to start understanding why. Your brain, if you tell your brain that was good and then let it kind of process why, it's more likely you're going to do it more often. Okay? Too many times when we hit a bad one, we dwell on the negative. Well, our brain only gets to process that negative one, and then it's more likely we're going to hit the negative shot again. So, I'll do that again and again. So you can see there's a couple things going on. A, I'm very organized, I'm very patient, I'm very relaxed. I'm getting the most out of these shots. I already feel like I've hit only 2 golf balls. I feel like I can take what I just did there out to the course because I have a really good grasp. I've been I just spent this 30 seconds really thinking about what just happened. So that's what you want to do as you go through and practice, is take your time. It is not a race. The more you just rapid fire, the more emotional you get, okay? The more your emotions take control, and they can have a bad effect on what's going on. So practicing the right way, that's what we're looking to do. All right, so that's what we're going to expect. Seeing balls not hit, it's not a race. It's more about how few golf balls you hit, but hitting them well, and that's where you can go. Okay, so keep good work so far, and we'll have a good summer if we remember consistency. The word consistency is a bad word for golf. It's a good word for how you approach practicing. You can't be consistent in golf. You can be consistent in how you set up your practice and how you approach your practice. And that's when you'll start seeing that you can get better. All right? So good luck with it.